Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since I posted a video on YouTube. This is our progress so far, and these are some of the pictures that I've done. I've continued on with the model over the past year, and it's been some time. I think I cashed my first YouTube check for the amount of hits. Thank you so much for all the subscribers. Just a great hobby. It's something that's really enjoyable. My page really is about living at ground level, living and preaching God's word at ground level, and just being authentic people, representing what God has in our store for our lives, and just the things that are really cool about how we live our daily lives. But we all have hobbies. I have a 280Z that I'm working on. That's some of the videos on there. But this is one that now that it's wintertime, I'm getting back into. Kind of excited about going to the next phase after this one is done. I'm going to be doing a full planking of what ship I don't know yet. I'd like to get some diagrams for the Hermine. I got to see the Hermine in between this past year, but this video is going to be about working on the stern. Next one will be about the bow. So let's take a look. There's how far I've gotten on the bow. Those knight heads right in the very front, and that rail was a lot of fun to work on. A lot of frustration to get those done. Broke off plenty of the little planks, and finally it came out pretty good. But once again, let's just take a look at the stern. That's where we got so far. Shaped up the filler. Did a pretty good job on that. Haven't put any planking in there yet. Did the outboards. There's um, the stern board that comes, the laser cut stern board. You work on that, just kind of clean it up and get it ready. There's the windows. Now, what I found here was the windows that were laser cut actually fit through the holes that were there, and they rattled around a little bit. So what I did was I framed them out with some little extra stock that I had and placed them in. And here's all of the rear windows, the stern windows, all framed out. Looks pretty good. Those are going to be painted black just to look like a frame. Now here's the Britannia metal casing that's on the back. That's the trim part of the stern. And what I did was I wanted to carve a wooden one. I started to get into it. I started to look at it and did the diagrams, traced it out, made it look really good. For those who want a little bit more detail in their model, it's a great way to work on it. I started to carve it. It was going along really, really well, but I found that it was going to take a lot of time to work on it, make it look good. So I decided to go back to the other way. Now, here's something I did. For those of you who are playing cards with your kids or whatever like that, the little magic cards or Pokemon cards come in a little plastic case. What I did was I took the frame, glued the plastic case for the card holder onto the window, and then cut it around, and it made it look like original leaded glass. It's a really cool idea. Just something that I added to it. I liked it. Maybe you might come up with another idea. And there's all the pieces, well, most of the pieces laid into place. Again, the Britannia, I used that just because it was going to take too much time. Now, what I did here, this was before I saw the Hermine. You'll notice the windows are tilted to the side, in other words, horizontally. The Hermine showed me that the windows are actually tilted vertically. They actually hinge on the top and they push out on the bottom. I didn't know that, but I already glued them into place. And here's just working on the poop deck, as it is said, and the rest of the stern, finishing in the planking on the inside of the poop deck, or um, cleaning up and putting in the artillery piece I put in there because it was going to be in the captain's quarters. That's what it looks like through the windows. It looks really cool. I even thought about putting a light in there to add to it, but I don't know. Not going to work on that. Now, here's how I built the hinges for the rudder. I actually used safety pins, cut the safety pins, and notched them out. Then I took tin with tin snips, cut approximately a 1/8 inch long piece, cut them, filed them off to make a separate hinge. Then what I did was I used the posts, put them together, and then glued it after they were already on the posts to the stern of the ship, and that actually works. So when it's all done, you'll be able to actually twist that back and forth, and it moves back and forth. It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Well, get ready for our next video. This one is good. For those of you who are Christmas time, Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a blessed day, and thank you again for joining Model Shipbuilding. Have a blessed day.